Now, I know you kicked with, you know, Jay something, and there's a Mikasa connection, but I've actually got somebody better who can actually probably sing better than Jay something, which is a brilliant chef. But let me just start off with milk tart. Now, milk tart is this African staple. It's our favorite dish, favorite dessert, in fact, and that needs no introduction. And today we're putting a Mzansi spin on a popular TikTok rap trend, and we are making luscious milk tart tortilla dessert wraps that are super easy to make. The little ones can help out in the kitchen as well. That's why I'm here. And for a fun family meal preparation, it's going to be something that you need to do. Chef Chumi, it's great. Now, I know Jay something had like a whole cook-along thing and then sang at the end. So can't wait for you to sing at the end. That's going to be great. Looking forward to that. Let's start off with, where do we start? Where do we start? So
from one performance to another.
What something is that? Flour something.
I am B something, and I'm about to make some milk something.
Thank you, B something. That's right.
All right, so milk tart base. It is very luxurious. It is very smooth. It's very creamy.
Yes.
And what it starts with is some milk and some, you know, sort of like a custard.
Yeah.
So to start it off, I'm going to add some milk into some a saucepan here. What we want is we want the milk to sort of be heated up. We don't want it to be hot.
Okay.
As you can see, it's already bubbling away, so I'm going to remove it because all we want it to do is we want to be able to temper it into this mixture we're making.
And that tempering is quite important because I find that milk tends to split very easily.
Correct.
It's sensitive to temperatures. You can even burn milk. I mean, you find some coffee places, they'll burn milk and you can taste it's a different sort of texture completely. Yeah. So I completely understand you want that nice, beautiful heat. Okay.
All right.
Flour something.
Flour. Cornstarch, these are the base of our cornstarch filling, or rather our milk tart filling. Some sugar, and then obviously a milk tart needs that cinnamony flavor.
Indeed, it's the spice that really kind of makes it different from any other tart. It is indeed, that's right.
And a pinch of salt goes in there because salt and sugar balance each other out. It's like you and me, or let's say you and the rugby players we had there. Balance.
Yes, it's a lot of balance. That you've very right. Yes,
right.
That's
and
right.
then in there, because we have to bind it all together, we need an egg. But like I mentioned, the milk is nice and warm now. Okay. So the first step here is we're going to start tempering.
So this is that. So the tempering process here, you try not to scramble the egg here with the heat of the milk. Otherwise, that's where it ends. So this is where the part. There's no pressure because you're live.
No.
It's going to be great.
I did a flip the one time and I saw flames, so I'm going to make sure that that doesn't happen today.
Let's do it. Okay, okay, this is the moment. I think we need to focus here. Okay, let me see. So now we're going in slow. I feel like I need to hold the bowl for you.
I'm both-handed.
It's like Mission Impossible. Dun, 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 dun,
okay, make sure I don't burn you. So this is why it's important for the milk to not be too hot.
There we go.
And that you don't scramble your eggs. And there we go.
Perfect.
So the reason why we're doing that is we want to make sure that the mixture goes up to temp before we put it into our pot. Otherwise, you throw it in there, the cornstarch automatically goes solid. And you don't want that. That's where you end up with, my mom calls them cloakies. I believe they're like little claunchies,
yeah. I got you. Okay, while you pour that in, the recipe is extremely versatile that we're doing it today, depending on what you want in terms of filling of that particular wrap. This can be enjoyed as a breakfast if you want to. It can also be perfect with dessert after a great meal. And then when covering the milk tart filling, I believe you do have to do a bit of plastic wrap as well when you do a cooling process to ensure the plastic wrap touches the surface of the milk tart. This will actually present that little, you know, it'll prevent the skin forming. Yep. Because you know that skin always, with custards and fillings, there's always that little skin. Because no, of course not. Actually, I'd love to know the chemical process behind that, but I won't ask you that. I'll just ask you to sing.
Have you ever noticed? I'm not going to sing. Don't even set people up for that. I'm not singing, not today.
Oh, it's going to be amazing. I'm excited. If Jay something did it earlier.
Have you ever noticed why your stews and stuff get thickened with flours and stuff? You put your meat in flour and then you fry it and all of that. It gets thickened over the process. So that's exactly what's going to happen here. The flour and the cornstarch are basically a thickening agent to this sauce. The only difference, though, is need to constantly stir. Yes. But it's going to take a bit of time. Basically, this is what we're going for. Okay. This is the kind of consistency we want.
And so what would you call that? Like, will you turn it around and...
Yeah, no, if it doesn't...
Oh, that's cool.
Do you want to hold it over your head?
No, I'm good.
Well, anyway, the trend begins now.
All right,
that trend we were talking about?
Yeah, talk to me about this trend, this TikTok trend. I'm always learning more and more about TikTok. So
you've got your wrap.
You tell me how this works. Okay, wrap is there.
Just a bit of a tip. Once your mixture has gone to that thick consistency that we want, that's when you add your vanilla essence and your butter. We're going to wait for that to get to that point.
Nice.
But we don't add it now, otherwise it's just going to disintegrate. You go onto your wrap, right? Basically like these two flappies over here.
Yeah, okay.
And then that's when we start with our first step where we add our milk tart. I'm gonna
Oh, I see where you... I know this trend. I know where you're going with this one.
You see where we're going with this.
And I've seen that with so many different applications. I saw somebody do it with like scrambled egg before, and then they put the lettuce and then the chili and the... I got you. Okay. What are we doing? Just crushed biscuits here of your choice,
biscuits. So you can make your own, but in essence, we're just going to keep doing this.
I want you to make this. This is great. I mean, this is a good precursor to your singing, so I think it's going to be fantastic. This is
what song am I singing?
Something to do with milk tarts. You have to add milk tart into a song, which is going to be great. If you're looking for the recipe and ingredients, just go to expressoshow.com to find out exactly what's up. And if you want to get the method, just go to TikTok, I suppose. That'll work for you. So, I mean, it makes sense. It's a TikTok thing you're doing. And then once you do that, we fold it over. Are we going to do any sort of... Are we going to go pan fry the things, give it some color, maybe?
Let's do that. Let's take it into our pan, get it fried up, serve it with some ice cream, some honey, some syrup, whatever. Serve it with a little bit of wasty on the side. It's completely up to you. A little bit of
wasty on the side.
It's up to you.
Okay. Get the recipe as soon as possible and make sure that you tune in to Chef Chumi's channel later for a beautiful rendition of Jay Something and Mikas's These Streets along with this beautiful milk tart dessert wrap. Give it a try this weekend and don't forget to sing.